You guys, we need to talk about Sabrina Carpenter because her brand new album Man's Best Friend just dropped, and people are losing their minds. Fans were already speculating that she might spill about her breakup with Barry KEOGHAN, and now that the album is here, everyone's analyzing every lyric. From the very start of this era, the drama has been non-stop. The second the cover art hit the internet, people went wild. Some accused it of being tasteless and pandering, while others defended it as Sabrina's classic use of satire and layered messaging. And Sabrina herself, she clearly saw the chatter because she clapped back by dropping alternate covers. One was even captioned, "And here is a new alternate cover approved by God," a not-so-subtle response to the backlash. By the way, we're about to break down the biggest controversies, the subtle Barry references, and even that viral interview. So if you love keeping up with all the Sabrina Carpenter drama, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now so you don't miss what's coming next. But that was only round one. The real storm started once she threw her album release party. And not just anywhere. No, she chose Hollywood Forever Cemetery.
I wrote Man-Child on a random Tuesday with Amy and Jack not too long after finishing Short and Sweet, and it ended up being the best random Tuesday of my life. Not only was it so fun to write, but the song became, to me, something I can look back on that will score the mental montage to the very confusing and fun young adult years of life.
That decision lit the internet on fire all over again, with people debating whether it was iconic or completely out of line. But as Sabrina explained, she goes there all the time for movie nights and saw it as the perfect symbolic backdrop, a funeral for her last album and the birth of the new one. The cemetery party wasn't just for shock value. Sabrina doubled down on symbolism, calling it a funeral for the last album and a birth for the new one. She even screened her favorite movie Sabrina after a live Q&A, where she joked about always killing men in her music videos. Fans know this theme has become a darkly comic trademark in her visuals. Someone always ends up dead by the final scene. But beyond the jokes, people wanted answers. What about the songs? Which ones were about Barry? And what exactly was Sabrina trying to tell us this time? Well, the moment fans hit play, it became clear. There were plenty of lyrics pointing at heartbreak, disappointment, and a man who just wasn't showing up the way he should have.
A little respect for women can get you very, very far. Remembering how to use your phone gets me oh so hot. Considering I have feelings, I'm like, why are my clothes still on? Offering to do anything, I'm like, oh my god. I get wet at the thought of you being a responsible guy, treating me like you're supposed to. Tears run down my thighs.
In songs like Tears and Willpower, Sabrina paints a picture of a guy who once showered her with attention but suddenly turned cold. Someone who left her confused, doubting, and crying. One lyric in particular had fans buzzing. "A little respect for women can get you very far." Ouch. If that's not a pointed line, I don't know what is. And this wasn't the only track raising eyebrows. Sabrina sprinkled in clever wordplay that hinted at multiple exes. Shawn Mendes, Dylan O'Brien, and yes, Barry, keeping fans guessing with every line. Now this is where fans really started connecting the dots. Once the album officially dropped, people combed through every lyric looking for signs about Sabrina's breakup with Barry KEOGHAN. And let me tell you, the clues are everywhere. In Tears, she sings about being turned on by the simplest acts, like a guy just assembling IKEA furniture, but the real sting is in how she contrasts that with feeling ignored. She literally points out that just showing basic respect for women can go a long way, yet the guy in question still couldn't do the bare minimum. Fans immediately tied that back to Barry, questioning why someone so public in their romance seemed to stop putting in effort.
She sings he's clingy, he's loving, he always initiates, calling and touching, it feels like just yesterday. He wanted all four of my personalities, now I don't recognize this. Stranger, stranger, danger, danger. There in my bed at night, wide-eyed, dreamin', pondering, scheming, what life without me be like? Can I return it, get back the version I like? This one's BS, baby. My man on his willpower is something I don't understand. He fell in love with self-restraint and now it's getting out of hand. He used to be literally obsessed with me. I'm suddenly the least sought after girl in the land. Oh, my man on his willpower is something I don't understand. He's busy, he's working, he doesn't have time for me. My pajamas not tempting him in the least. What in the effed up romantic dark comedy is this nightmare lately?
Then there's My Man on Willpower, and oof, this one cuts deep. Sabrina describes how he used to be clingy, loving, always initiating affection, and then suddenly, it's like he vanished emotionally. She calls him a stranger, talks about lying awake next to someone she doesn't even recognize anymore, and wonders aloud, what life without me be like? It's one of those songs where you can actually feel the shift she went through. from loved to neglected. Fans said it's almost like watching the relationship unravel in real time, set to music, and the layered sarcasm doesn't stop there. In Sugar Talking, Sabrina basically calls out empty promises and hollow sweet talk. She fires back with lyrics like, "Put your loving where your mouth is, your sugar talking isn't working tonight." That's not subtle shade. That's frustration poured straight into a track.
Put your lovin' where your mouth is. Your sugar talking isn't working tonight. Oh, put your lovin' where your mouth is. Yeah, your paragraphs mean ish to me. Get your sorry butt to mine. And in Nobody's Son, she sings, "Hi, I hope you're great. I think it's time we took a break so I can grow emotionally." That's what he said to me. Here we go again, crying in bed. What a familiar feeling. All my friends in love, and I'm the one they call for a third wheel. Probably should have guessed he's like the rest. So fine and so deceiving. There's Nobody's Son, not anyone left for me to believe in. Me? No, yeah, I'm good. Just thought that he eventually would cave in, reach out, but no siree. He discovered self-control. He discovered it this week.
It's this mix of wit and raw honesty that's made fans call Man's best friend her most vulnerable and sharp project yet. And just when you thought it couldn't get more personal, Sabrina drops Nobody's Son. This track really stings because it lays out the exact moment things fell apart. She recalls how he told her they needed to take a break so he could grow emotionally. And while he framed it like self-discovery, Sabrina makes it clear that for her, it just meant more heartbreak. She sings about crying in bed, watching her friends all in love while she's left feeling like the third wheel. And the way she describes him, so fine and so deceiving. That's the kind of lyric that makes you stop mid-song. Fans online immediately pointed out how direct this sounds, like she's no longer hinting, she's spelling it out.
She sings, "Ain't nobody safe when I'm a little bit drunk." Could be John or Larry, gosh, who's to say? Or that one that rhymes with villain, if I'm feeling that way.
But then comes one of the most talked about songs, Go Go Juice. Sabrina admits that after a few drinks, she starts thinking about her exes. And here's where the Easter eggs come in. She drops names that rhyme suspiciously close to the men she's been linked to. John rhymes with Sean, as in Shawn Mendes. Larry rhymes with Barry, and villain rhymes with Dylan. Dylan O'Brien, who she was spotted with in New York. It's playful, messy, and kind of brilliant all at once. Fans lost it over this because it wasn't just Barry getting referenced. Sabrina spread the lyrical shade around. It's like she reminded everyone, this isn't just one messy breakup, my entire dating history has stories worth telling. And then, in Final Goodbye, she flips the script completely. The song makes it clear she wasn't the one who ended things. She sings, "Did you forget that it was you who said goodbye?" It's a hard line that slams the door on any chance of reconciliation. Sabrina basically declares, once it's over, it's over. Now here's where things really blew up online. Sabrina sat down for an interview with Gayle King, and let me tell you, the questions got bold. Gayle didn't tiptoe around it. She actually mentioned Barry by name, asking Sabrina directly about whether the songs were about him. Fans couldn't believe it. Seeing Barry's name dropped so openly had everyone talking.
And villain rhyming with Dylan, who she was seen out with in New York before. And John rhymes with Sean. And there was a lot of drama that went down between her and Shawn Mendes.
Do you worry about men saying, "I'm afraid to mess with her. I'm afraid"? You know, the last album they were saying it was about Barry Keoghan, Bed Kim. You never said it is or it isn't.
I just wouldn't say.
You wouldn't say.
It's more fun for people to picture the person in their head.
Yeah. He got a lot of backlash because your fans are very loyal.
Correct.
Did you feel badly when he was going through that, or did you feel, but that's not on me? I never said it was about him.
Sabrina's response, though, was calculated. She dodged giving a direct answer, saying she thinks it's better when people picture the person in their own head instead of knowing who was in hers. In other words, she left it open, enough to keep people guessing, but never confirming. Smart move, because it keeps the conversation alive without her having to spell anything out. But Gayle pushed even further, asking if she felt responsible for the backlash Barry got online. Sabrina stood her ground, reminding everyone that she never confirmed who the songs were about. She even pointed out that most guys seem flattered when they get a musical shout-out. Subtle, sharp, and unapologetic.
In a good place right now?
Today, here with you, I'm in a lovely place.
I feel that too.
Yeah.
I feel that about you too. Sabrina.
The interview, though, had its awkward moments. At one point, Gayle asked Sabrina if she was in a good place. Sabrina said, "I'm great, like, with you." But her facial expression, fans noticed it told a different story. The comment section lit up with people pointing out that her words and her face weren't exactly matching. And then there was the slip-up. Gayle claims Sabrina's first album was short and sweet. Longtime fans had to laugh at that one. It's actually her sixth. That little fumble had viewers wondering if Gayle had all the details right going into this conversation. But even with the hiccups, this was one of the only big interviews Sabrina's done for this era, and it's the one everyone is dissecting. So, what do we take away from all of this? Sabrina Carpenter's Man's Best Friend isn't just another album. It's a carefully layered, deeply personal project that touches on heartbreak, messy relationships, and her ability to flip pain into art. Whether she's shading Barry, hinting at Sean or Dylan, or simply telling her own story, she's made one thing very clear. This era is unapologetically hers, and that's why fans are obsessed. She's not just releasing songs, she's building a world, one where every lyric and visual gets picked apart for hidden meaning. And if this album launch is anything to go by, we're just getting started. If you've been hooked by all this drama, the lyrical Easter eggs, and Sabrina's bold moves, then trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Hit that subscribe button right now so you're the first to know every time we break down the latest in celebrity chaos.